Copenhagen Beach, and there really aren't too many troublesome spots. There's this junk pile right here that you can't get rid of. There's not too much spots that need to be, you know, you can get rid of the shipping container. Some grass. Something that was troublesome were these beds. Now you can get rid of the beds if you wanted to reassign the settlers new beds and stuff. You can get rid of these now. There's really not much else. It was a eyesore, or it was troublesome. This area doesn't have much materials otherwise. So what this mod does is it makes it so you have a little bit more materials. You can also go underwater and scrap stuff underwater. Usually there'll be something you can scrap. Alright, so next up is Group Manor. And this helps out a lot there because there's a lot of dead ghouls in Group Manor. So there's also debris.
Something's not right here.
Generally, I leave this fence up because it does work as a good defensive barrier. But you can get rid of all these rocks, which I tend to leave in place because they too also work as a good defensive barrier. Should be a couple dead ghouls around here you can dismantle. Like the one hanging from the ceiling right here. Dead one. There's 3 piles over here. And then if you wanted to knock down this wall, you can also get rid of this cement block in the middle here, this monument. That's if you wanted to, say, build around this. Maybe make a garden right here, put some concrete materials down around it, then build a garden in the middle here. another area you pretty much want to build up on. Yeah, let's get rid of a lot of the dead bodies, make the house look a little bit more lived in. Something else you can do is you can use concrete materials to fill in the walls. You can use a factory door right here. You can actually repair this entire house. And what's really going to help repairing the house is getting rid of all these debris, so that you can fit the walls in easier. I believe there are some dead ghouls down in the basement here. Or no, oh, yeah, there's one. It's too bad you can't use the workshop in the basement. That's pretty much everything that you, well, besides some of the junk I haven't dismantled. But that's pretty much all the useful stuff. You can destroy these lampposts, but you could already do that. And you can just replace them with the new lampposts. That's pretty much it. It's just really nice to get rid of the dead bodies. I'm guessing you can probably get rid of the chimneys up there. Alright. Next is Kingsport Lighthouse. Again, this one doesn't really have too many troublesome spots. This tree gets in the way. Luckily you can get rid of the tree now. It has a lot of concrete you can dismantle, leaves. Debris on the floor. A dead body. You can get rid of all the counters. Some of the bushes that get in the way of building. This rock right here that gets in the way. You can get rid of the walkway if you want to. Generally leave it. The dead whale. Or dolphin, actually. All the dead fish. You can actually you can scrap the entire boat now. Unless you want to keep it. You can scrap the crane. To make more space back here. You could scrap the boat, then use the area of the boat on, or just go ahead and scrap it for there we go. So scrap the boat, get rid of this boat, and then you can build a house down there. Looks like there are some materials in the certain under the water you can scrap. There's going to be, I think, some radioactive barrels at the end. You can scrap, or you can already scrap these. But now you can scrap the shed. Generally, I put guard posts right here, so Marlarks can't come up the side. So that's pretty much everything new that you can scrap. But it does make it so you can build around things easier. You can scrap these not broken lamps, but I usually leave those in place because they are functional. That's pretty much everything that gets in the way. So, now we're going to go to Coastal Cottage. This place can be really hard to build on in vanilla. But now you can get rid of this shipping container. Both of them. You can get rid of a lot of stuff back here. Actually make the barn area here livable in. Still can get rid of that. There's a lot of other debris you can get rid of now. You could always get rid of this and this. Get rid of the skeleton. Now this debris here did make it difficult to build on. Still can't seem to dismantle these trees though. That's gonna make it difficult. You can get rid of this couch though. We couldn't do that before. So I would suggest to the mod author, if you can somehow make it so you can get rid of these trees, then you could just use the barn cement floor to fill in the rest, make it even. But yeah, these trees are just so much in the way. Or you could use this area for gardening and then just build around the trees. That would work too. But yeah, it does let you get rid of a lot of stuff that gets in the way. You can also make this area bigger, or if you want, you can pretty much completely open it up. I would save before scrapping too much here. That looks really messed up. See what it looks like from the top. Okay. So, from the top it's still solid. That's good. This is opened up quite a bit. A little glitchy there. Yeah, so just save before you start scrapping underneath in the tunnel, because you don't want to open it up too much. Otherwise you're gonna get some poke through with some glitching. Now we're gonna go to the slog. The slog doesn't really have too many troublesome areas. I think the most troublesome area for the slog is the bed situation. These beds are too close together. There's no way NPCs can actually sleep in them. So now you can get rid of them. We're too far against the wall. Scrap them all, and then make more for your settlers. That way they won't. Well, you have to space them out evenly, otherwise they can't get into the bed properly. And then I think the only other spot was troublesome. Was if you decided to build on the rooftop. These things would be in the way. Fortunately, it doesn't look like you could scrap them. So, I would recommend putting a floor down and then building on top of that floor. Doesn't look like there's really not much else that you need to scrap. That looks like about it. Oh, I see. Maybe that's why I wasn't letting me scrap anything. Sometimes if you have something highlighted that you're building, it won't let you scrap anything. We'll see if we can get those now. Oh yeah. So now you can build on top of the ceiling here without these things being in the way. And then if you wanted to, you can actually scrap the ceiling. Oh, and you can get rid of these fluorescent lights too now. The ones that don't work. And the showers here. So let's say we wanted to build a ladder to go to the ceiling and to go to the roof from inside. Or let's say you wanted to have an actual ceiling here. You could use the warehouse ceiling to build an actual ceiling. Generally, I would not scrap the ceiling, just because it looks kind of... It's a flat pixel plane, so it's just a flat surface here. So I wouldn't really recommend dismantling it, because it might make it look a little off. But dismantling those little metal things on top do make it so you can build across here. Alright. Now we're going to Greentop Nursery. Again, there's really not too many troublesome spots here. There is one that is really annoying. It's this over here. If you wanted to build a fence around the settlement, you couldn't, because this and this got in the way. Luckily now you can get rid of these. No, it's not too troublesome to build around.
Trouble sleeping?
With all those stories going around about the Institute grabbing people in the night. Yes, I just couldn't sleep with all that stuff on my mind.
You should have a drink before bed. Does the trick for me.
That's pretty much everything that gets in the way. Primarily the stuff that was over here, making it hard to build on. Even cement materials wouldn't go through there. But now, there shouldn't be a problem. Alright. Now we're gonna go to Taffeta, and that one's another trouble spot. Taffeta's only a trouble spot because it has ceiling fans. So if you wanted to repair the ceiling, those fans would get in the way. You can dismantle roots, leaves, etc., etc. There is a dead body you can get rid of.
And if it were real, it'd be more dangerous.
It's these fans that get in the way. When you try to put a roof on it, it won't. Even if you try to glitch it into place, it won't go where the fans are. So now you can get rid of the fans, or fan, and the roof should glitch into place nicely.
But not Warren Smith. Here's uranium rock.
You couldn't dismantle these doors before. But now you can. I really wouldn't recommend dismantling them unless you're planning on filling in this gap right here. than having a maybe a guard post. But this would also be a good place to put a purifier, a smaller one. That's about it for here. I mean, besides all the ivy and all the debris on the ground, that's pretty much the only trouble spots that you would have building that this mod helps you out with. Let's see here. Now we got Finch Farm. Finch Farm doesn't really have too many troublesome spots. There's just this junk pile right here that can be hard to build on. And the rest is actually fine. So we'll dismantle this spot over here. That makes it a little bit more manageable. It's a little bit more flat. There's only a small amount of water over here. You can build a purifier here. But yeah, the rest of the stuff you can pretty much dismantle already, besides the, you know, the bushes and stuff.
Something I've been wanting. Yeah. Go on. What'd you do? Why'd you turn your back on us? On your family, I guess. I'll take this. The idea that I might never amount to farm scraping by. Blame Dad.
Alright, that's pretty much all the troublesome areas here.
Don't expect everything to be the same. I can't get what you did. None of us can. I know. One way or another, I'm your trusted.
It looks like
I swear.
if the build height is high enough, you could build on top of that highway, since it does hang over the settlement. I'm not sure on Finch Farm's build height though. Alright, our last one is County Crossing for now. So, County Crossing, like the previous ones, really doesn't have too many troublesome spots. This house can get in the way, and that tree can get in the way. Thankfully you can dismantle this tree now, and this entire house can be dismantled. There's just a bunch of debris piles you can get rid of. And that makes it so you could put a couple water purifiers up right here if you wanted to. I opens up this back area. There's really nothing else. You can't dismantle this campfire. This is generally where God, what are they called? Merchants come to sit, camp. You can't get rid of this one either.
Word spreading all over the
It
company.
just can be
The
annoying.
Minutemen are back. They set up a radio station to coordinate their efforts. Yeah. We'll see how long that
So, pretty much just that back corner is all that's changed. You can get rid of these beds. You can already get rid of the beds. Can't dismantle the shack though. That's unfortunate. But you can open up this area back here to build whatever you want. Build some water purifiers. Alright, I'm leaving out Covenant, Bunker Hill, and Boston Airport because those require quests to have access to, and I haven't done those quests yet. So I'll include those at a later date. And I'm not including Vault 88 or the Mechanist Garage. Those require add-ons to this mod, so those will be also on a later date. So to wrap up, it's a really good mod to use for additional materials and for building on troublesome areas. Also good for repairing certain things and getting rid of dead bodies in settlements. So yeah, I would highly recommend this mod for PS4 and for Xbox One. PC does not have a dismantle mod like this. It does not have a single mod that covers all the settlements. You have to download mods for each different settlement, so this is such a great mod for PS4 because it's only you only have to download the one mod. Alright, that concludes my high recommendation for this mod.